Hey everyone, welcome. I'm very excited today to have a mini interview with one of our rockstar agents, Brent Davey, and we're going to talk about some fun stuff, interest rates and inflation. So Brent, before we get started, you went to the school in the States on,
Yes.
on a hockey scholarship.
Yeah.
What position did you play?
Goal.
Oh, goalie. Awesome.
Yeah.
For 4
Yeah.
years?
4 years, yeah.
And you were a starter, right?
I was, yeah.
Oh, that's pretty awesome. What college was it?
Hamilton College.
Excellent.
Yeah.
What's your degree in?
Economics.
Okay, so we have an economics major going to talk about the fun thing of inflation and interest rates. So I guess let's start. What is inflation?
So inflation basically is just rising prices. Basically, when prices start to rise, your value of your money becomes less and less.
Okay.
So as an example, if you get a full tank of gas at $50, and then you get a full tank of gas now at $100, your money is worth half.
Okay, and the buzzwords on all the media and all the stuff, inflation is 9% and stuff. So what's causing the inflation?
So the inflation has been caused by a number of factors. During COVID, the government printed way more money than they needed to.
Mm-hmm.
Also, because people were at home and not going out to restaurants, going on trips, they were saving a lot of money, and so they bought more goods. But the companies couldn't keep up with the demand. The supply couldn't keep up with the demand, so prices started to increase. So there was that. In China and a lot of these other countries where they're producing everything, they were shut down, so they couldn't produce anything. And then on top of that, the war hasn't helped at all. It's raised commodity prices, food prices, and energy. So it's kind of a big mess right now, to be honest with you.
Okay, so when you talk about that stuff, like let's talk about cars. With China develops a lot of the chips for cars, because you hear about that, you can't get a car right now. So what happens when that, solves itself, or there's enough chips? Does the prices then come back to? Do they go down? Do they normalize? What happens?
They should normalize.
They should normalize.
Yes,
Okay.
at that point.
And then interest rates, like we're pre-COVID interest rates right now. I think the 5-year fixed at the time of this recording is 4.79 for 5-year fixed term. What do you think? What's the purpose of interest rates?
Interest rates are a tool used by the Bank of Canada and the Fed to control the economy. So when the economy is going very slow, like during COVID, they kept the interest rates at record lows to try and get people to keep borrowing money and companies to keep borrowing money to invest. But right now what's going on is because everything's so heated and the prices are rising, they're trying to slow down the economy. So they raise the interest rates to stifle people wanting to borrow money and companies wanting to borrow money to try and keep prices as low as possible.
Okay, awesome. Why didn't the Bank of Canada raise the rates earlier?
I think they wanted to keep the economy going as much as possible and keep the cash flowing as much as they could through the economy. They also thought it was temporary, but the longer that this goes, the more they're realizing that that was a mistake, and somebody's going to be paying the price for that down the road here.
Okay. And in your opinion, because you're very smart and you got an economics degree, how high do you think interest rates are going to go?
I've talked to a number of mortgage brokers and mortgage people. They've said anywhere from 5.5 to 7. I even heard an 8% at one point, but most of the people are saying it won't even hit 7. So the fixed rates are probably 5.5 to 6.5, and the variable rates I've heard could get as high as 5.5. Right now, it's the prime for the banks is 4.79, so it should get up a little bit higher, but who knows what happens. Walmart yesterday there was an article that I read that they're starting to lower prices on clothing, so that will affect. That's a good sign, and that's saying that the market and companies are starting to have to lower prices. So hopefully this will be the start of the inflation coming back down a bit.
Okay, that's awesome. And so from buying a house right now, should people buy, sell, wait, or is it just the way life is?
I think it's the way life is. If you have, say you have a new baby and you need a new bedroom or something like that, it is what it is at this point. Interest rates are still pre-COVID levels, so they seem high compared to where they were during COVID, but they are just where they were, and the housing market was doing very, very well before COVID hit. So I'd say if you need to move, that's fine. It depends on how long you're going to stay in the house for, too.
Right, exactly. And most people, I think on average, our clients are like 5 to 10 years. They're in that zone. So
Exactly.
as long as you're not flipping a house, it's probably a great time to buy.
Exactly.
Well, anyway, I really appreciate your time today, Brent. And again, if you have any questions or you want some further clarification, he's a very smart guy. So just reach out on the link below and he'll get back to you. Hope you enjoyed this, and we'll talk soon. Take care.